Hey, what's going on guys? It's Mark back in my coral room today on Mark's Aquatics. I just thought I'd give you a little update on the Otocinclus. Now, you can see the adults there, right in front of you, one over there, and in the corner there is one of the babies. Now, I fished them out from one of my main tanks because they're always hiding under the logs, and you'll never see them that way. There's another one right in the back corner there as well. But you can see the difference in size. They're absolutely stunning. Look at that. New little Otocinclus catfish. They've been growing well on different bits of food that I've been putting in there, spirulina tablets and obviously some cucumber as well, like there. I put a bit in there just in case they felt a bit peckish while I was making this film for you. But look at that. This one down here is full of eggs again. You can see a little rounded belly on her. I think this little girl is as well. She's panting a bit there, but she'll be okay. In fact, they're all panting a little bit. They haven't been in there long, so. But as you can see, they're doing really well. We got three. I think, well, there was four in total, I think, but the other one's gone into a nook and cranny in the log somewhere, and I can't find him anywhere. But look at that, mummy, and could be the baby one there. Fantastic stuff. Now, another thing that I've done is I've got some Ember Tetras as well. We're going to go into the workshop in a minute, and we'll have a look at what I've done there so far. But I just thought I'd give you a little update on these guys. Any questions regarding these guys, please give me a call. I know I haven't been able to answer everyone's questions recently, but when I had a bit of time off, I just had hundreds upon hundreds of messages to try and get through, helping people out. And I'm sorry if I haven't got to yours yet, but I'm trying to get through them slowly. I'm trying to read all of them, but I haven't managed to get to some yet. They've been stirring it around. If you're wondering what that thing is there, that's a little holder that I made a long time ago for holding down little bits of courgette and cucumber, things of that nature. I think it looks a little bit better than one of those big metal screws or a teaspoon or fork stuck through it being clear. It's quite handy. I'll have to make some more of them. I keep threatening to make some, but I can't find the software for my laser cutter at the moment. There's a beautiful specimen there. Look at that little fin up in the air. You can see that nice little rounded belly, which when you get them in the shops, guys, always make sure they got nice little rounded bellies on them. That means they're feeding well. Ask the people in the shop as well what they've been feeding them on, and make sure they got nice little fat bellies. Now also ask them how long they've been in the shop for, because if you get one, you get some of the wild ones and they just will not eat, and they're a right nightmare to get going. But all these are absolutely fine. Now there's the other baby one just behind the cucumber there. Sorry, had a mental block there for a minute. You can see that little chap there. So, and I just put a few of the parents in there as well, just for you to have a look at. So there's your little update on mummy and baby Otocinclus. And I think what we'll do now is we'll go into the workshop and I'll show you what I've been doing on the Ember Tetra tank. And we've got some in there, so we'll have a little chat about those, okay? Oh my goodness, we got another heap of Clarky Clown angel eggs there as well. Look at that. The old Clarky Clowns. Another big load there. They'll be there hiding behind their bowl. You can see it through the hole at the end there. They like to hide away. She might come out if I keep still. I've just got the light on at the moment, so you can see the eggs. But she might come out and think someone's having a go at them in a minute. She's a voracious mother when it comes to her eggs. If I put my hand in there, I'll come out bleeding. That's for sure. But we'll give it a minute. She might come back out. Yeah, I can see you, peekaboo. Peekaboo. Anyway, babe, we'll leave you alone, and hopefully we'll try and get some of these on. I've got to get some rotifers. I keep letting the eggs cycle and not bringing any up, but I haven't bought any of these guys up yet, so that could be a. Let me know if you want me to get some rotifers in and show you how to breed these guys. We've done the clownfish before, but not the Clarky clown. So we've got about 300 eggs there plus. So we got a good whack of them there to try and bring some out. So anyway, let's go into the workshop and find out what's going on with the Ember Tetras. Right, okay, we're back into the workshop now, and I think I will just show you the tank. It's quite, as you saw in the first video, it's quite a tall tank, so we're just going to go down a bit. I've just spooked them. We only went in there a couple of days ago and they're a little bit jumpy still, but I'll just tighten that tripod up there. I hope that's nice and clear and straight for you. There you go. Right, okay guys, now you can see on the right hand side we got the little Ember Tetras hiding in there amongst the leaves of the Java fern. Now, like I said, they've only been in there a couple of days and they're a little bit spooky still. I've got some live brine shrimp on the go, so that's going to bring them out and really get them feeding and get that protein up in their little tummies to get some eggs forming. So that's what we need to do. So we need little small bloodworms and things like Daphnia, small Daphnia, stuff of that nature. Now, high protein foods that are live, and that will stimulate them to start breeding, okay? Just like when I've bred the tetras and all the other different species of fish that you've seen. You see a bit of activity there. You might see a little bit of dominance, there's a couple of females together there, male on the right hand side. Like I said, I'm not going to move much because I want them to stay still for you so I can see them. Now you can see a lot of round media on the bottom of the tank. Now I've taken that out of one of my filters, okay? It was cycled media. Here, they're all having a little play in the corner there. That's cycled media. Now what I intend to do is for them to lay the eggs and for the eggs to drop in amongst that, just like marbles when we've bred different species like zebras and all that kind of stuff. Different Danio species, the eggs will fall between, okay? And you can save the eggs that way. Just take the adults out and then leave them hatch in between the substrate. That's what I tend to do, as you've seen on many of my other breeding videos, and that's the reason for that. And also I've got a little tiny triangular corner filter now. These are one of these very, very simple, millions of years old filters. The ones that we all used to have as kids. These were the first ones that came out, the little airlift filters with the sponge in the bottom. And if you look, I've noticed I've put some of that that media in the base of it as well. We've got the sponges in there and then the floss right at the top, okay? And that's how it works. It sucks the water through and then it pulls it back out with the bubbles and the clean water comes out. Super efficient little filters. I've got another one here which I can show you, but I'll probably scare all the oh, they're gone anyway. But that's one of these little, I think Zenzi will make them. They sent me a couple of these a while back and I thought this would be a fantastic little filter to put in the corner of this small tank just to keep it a little bit cleaner. You can breed these without a filter, like you've seen me breed tetras before. You can put a peat substitute in there or some compost. I use leaf mould compost and leave it out for a bit, let it get choked up with some bacteria and things outside and waterlog it, and then you can either put it in a pair of tights in a ball like you see me do on the Remy Nose Tetra one, I think it was. It's just to get that peatiness in the water, to just to get that pH lowered down. But these guys aren't too bad for that, and there's a lot of bogwood in there on that Java fern, and it's rainwater like I told you in the first video, so it's very low pH. I think it's roughly around 6 now. It's about 6, the pH. Rainwater's about 5.5 if my memory serves me right. I could be wrong. So it's just raised it up a little bit, and that is sintered glass in there, so that's not going to make any boosts up in that pH at all, okay? It's just glass, sintered glass together, and it's a lovely media for using in your canister filters and things. You bio-home as well, you could use that. I've got lots of that from other videos that I've used. Anyway, so that's what I've done so far. Now we've got to plump these fish up for a couple of weeks, and hopefully we'll get some spawning action. First thing in the morning, like tetras, I find they spawn, so it's going to be a get up early, cover the tank over like I normally do with a towel or something like that, get the camera rolling, take it off, drop a little bit of food in, and then that sometimes can just get them going. And as you've seen on all the videos, sometimes you'll miss it, sometimes they might go in amongst that lot and spawn in there, but you'll just see them active, chasing each other around, and that's when you know that they're going to be spawning. Now you can see that is a male and female right in the front there. She's got a nice big round abdomen. His is very small, but you can see he's keeping a little eye on there, flicking and twitching his fins. So we got a good sign already, and they've only been in a couple of days. As long as you get those conditions right, they'll start to go to work for you, because when they're in the shops, their conditions are all over the place, because there's lots of water being taken out in bags, there's lots of water being pumped back in, so things are constantly on the change in the shops. But when you bring them back, that's when you tend to find, and you get the conditions right, they think, oh, I've had these rubbish conditions for all these weeks, whatever I've been in these tanks, now I've got the proper conditions that I want, and then suddenly, bang, you have some spawn. and that's what we want. There's 2 males there now. Oh no, it's a little female actually, smaller female and 1 male, and they're going for that side of the glass because they can see my marine aquarium next door, and when they can see more water they try and swim towards it. So I'll probably get a little card or something and slide that just down the side there to block that tank off from their view. That's what I'll do. But there you go guys, 10-minute video. I thought actually what I'll do is I'll show you the little marine tank next door while we're here, because we've had a little bit of action in there as well, so we'll pop next door and have a look at that. Okay, there we go. There's my beautiful little pair of clownfish. Now as you can see, I'll get my tongs, underneath there you can see that rose bubble anemone there has gone there, but if you look over here at the top, when that is blowing around, you might see another one. Now remember on the first video, or one of the videos I did, I think a couple of weeks back or whatever, I said to you that when we move this around and put the extra corals in, that I thought that was going to split, and that's exactly what it's done. You can see one up here and you can see one just down there, so that's split lovely now. So that one's probably going to come to the front. Now the clownfish have been crazily cleaning off a little piece there. Let me just bung some food in for you while I'm here, like I always do. I'll chuck a bit of flake in there. And the anemone, look at the size of that. We'll get to him in a minute. He'll probably eat some of this food actually while I'm in here. I'll just put a bit of food in fact quite a lot. There you go. But they'll find it, they'll pick it all off. The hermit crabs will find it, the other corals will find it. If you keep your eye on that anemone there, it'll start to close up as it catches bits of food. Now that is done absolutely amazingly. It was so small when I got it first, and now it must be, well, it's bigger than the lid of my food tub. It's absolutely huge, and it's catching bits of food. All the other corals are doing well. The chalice is doing well, and we've got a couple of little hammers there, a little frog spawn there. Sorry, not frog spawn, it is a frog spawn actually. And the trachea over there is doing well as well. But that's fantastic news, that is, with that bubble tip there. Like I said, they've been cleaning under this. We may have some eggs there as well, so we'll have Clarky eggs. I think I better get some rotifers in and start ordering them, I think. But it all looks like good fun. You can see that there, look, they're going up and they're just cleaning a nice surface, which is what clownfish do. They'll go around that anemone and they'll clean up a nice little spot there, and then they'll deposit their eggs right next to it for protection from that anemone, which is that little symbiotic relationship that they form, which is a fantastic little thing to watch. It really is. Like I said, these guys are very old. He's nearly as big as she is now, but I've got one of their little babies still in the coral room. But look at that. If I keep still, you might see them. Yeah, cleaning that bit there. So I think we're pretty imminent. We're going to have some eggs very, very shortly, which is going to be great fun. Feather dusters are doing well. They're still eager for food. That's normally a sign that she's going to lay eggs. She's ravenous for food. Look at that. Up and down the glass. Hello. You can see that anemone now is closed up and eating that food. Nice little carpet's doing well. You can see up here now, remember where it was all hanging down before and it was like bent over? All the polyps now are starting to come out there and look, and make that. I've left it there. I was going to cut it, but I thought I'd leave it. And it's all starting to come out here now instead. You can see it's still growing mad up the back here. We've got a little patch right down there, and we put some other one in the back there behind that guy. Another bit there, and there's another bit there as well. So it's growing all over the place, but I actually love it. You wouldn't think that this is only a little, you know, 2 foot, I'd say, by 2 foot or just over a foot tank. It's tiny little nano aquarium, but they're actually fantastic, these little fluval evos. And if you want to buy one of these guys, if you go back and look at my first video on the fluval evos, I've got the setup of it and everything, what I did first. We've had everything in here. We've had the octopus in here, a little stowaway that I got in one of my coral shipments that I got in a while back. That was fantastic to watch. So go and check that out as well. If you're not subbed up to the channel and you enjoy these videos, guys, hit the old subscribe button and that notification bell for up and coming videos. You won't miss any that way. And I've got over 500 and I don't know what videos in my library now, and there's different playlists on different breeding species and different things like that, which you can go and have a look at if you fancy giving something a go. But I'm going to leave it here. As always, you're all stars. Love you loads. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you on the next edition of Mark's Aquatics. Bye for now.